the next half hour.
C brings you.
Wow. Getting in the mood for a bit of Andrew WK for today's video. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you thought Bioware were having a bad week. They're striking content creators who dare to even share momentary gameplay from Dragon Age the Veilguard that hasn't even been released yet. But guess what, folks? This video is not about that game today. No, it's about Monster Hunter Wilds. Why are we talking about this, Jace? Why have you suddenly gone mad in the head? Well, quite simply, the people behind it, Capcom, are going to release an open beta tomorrow. In fact, in some other regions of the world today, you can get early access to this incredible beta. The thing you have to remember about Monster Hunter Wilds, this game is not getting released until the 28th of February 2025, and people are already getting excited for this. Who wants to play Dragon Age the Veilguard with all of its ridiculous, nonsensory buffoonery? Even the fact that the game is utterly, boringly repetitive beyond belief. It's time to dance on the grave of Bioware and Dragon Age Veilguard and get ready for the behemoth that is coming from over yonder, from Japan. It's called Monster Hunter Wilds, and I'm getting wild with desire.
Yes, hallelujah, it's the video show. And now, the man the BBC calls
Jason King on Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Approved by 1970s Robert Redford.
Now, you might remember, folks, earlier on in the year, I talked about Monster Hunter Wilds and this beautiful blonde creation right here. Who could believe Capcom might deliver this to us? The same Capcom behind Street Fighter 6 and that god-awful blue-haired Tinkerbell who walked around presenting each fight before they commenced.
Welcome to the world of Street Fighter! Are you a fighter looking for your next challenge? Or just passing through on your journey? Either way, we're more than happy to have you!
Is this moron number one? Put moron number two on the phone.
It's so bizarre, isn't it? But yet, for some reason, properties like Monster Hunter is untouched at this moment in time, folks. Let's take a deep breath, or in my case, breasts, and remember that anything can change. But right now, let's just savor what's going on, because tomorrow that god-awful, top surgery scarred game called Dragon Age Veilguard is going to be released to a thunderous applause of nothing, and I reckon there's going to be a ton of people who cannot wait to play this open beta version of Monster Hunter Wilds. Aren't you wild, my dear? Yes, you are. She doesn't say much, but my goodness, isn't she a sight to behold? Now look, just to give you some real-time metadata updates, Monster Hunter Wilds on SteamDB, look where it's charting, folks. Number 1 in the wish lists, number 7 in the top sellers, 208,075 followers. Isn't that pretty awesome, ladies and gentlemen? So this dude is the Dutch version of Jesse Eisenberg, the American actor. That's who this guy reminds me of. Oh, I'm not kidding. This... Why am I doing this? Oh my god, let's move my butt ugly face into the middle. Here we go, folks. If you don't know who she is, this Dutch actress from Rotterdam in the Netherlands is none other than Hannah Hoekstra. Who? Well, let's not insult her by saying that. She's the model for Aloy in Horizon Zero Dawn. Yes, she was that beautiful creation right there, and then she became a crumpet eater overnight in the next sequel. Yeah, thanks to the Guerrilla Games. Don't call us, we'll call you. This, ladies and gentlemen, is my perfect woman right here. Look at that. She almost looks like a real-life elf. And I mean that in the most beautiful way possible, not even insulting her. That is just God's creation right there, and she looks absolutely stunning. Now you know why I'm mad on Caucasian women.
White chicks.
Ladies and gents, my internet is absolutely crap, but that's there you go. You're getting a glimpse of the female characters, how they're supposed to look in a video game, right? None of this, oh, we're going to take a female character, but we're going to limit the design opportunities on them. Shock horror, ladies and gentlemen. We have a male character designer and female. Good grief. Can I just pause that for a second? Let's move my camera further. I need to appreciate what's going on here. This is just, let me just shrink myself just a tiny bit. There we go. There we go. Right. Let's position myself again. Hopefully this is the only position I'll stay in now. I mean, there's another position I do like a lot, but for the purposes of this video, not to get demonetized, well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, with our fan-dabby doozy intermission, because while editing the video for Monster Hunter Wild, this story cropped up on my timeline on Twitter X. Emma Kent at Gone EFK, or phonetically speaking, Echo, Foxtrot, Kilo. And if you just hover slightly above, what do you see? She's a freelance games consultant working on unannounced projects. Well, trust me, Emma, we'll soon find out what it is. Previously at Eurogamer. That's all you need to know, right, folks? She's a BAFTA member. She's T-posed on Sky News. And in case you have any doubts about her gender, she's a she and she's a her. She, her, like a retarded donkey, but here's her take on DEI and the whole Dragon Guard the Dragon Age Veilguard conspiracy. Hello, game consultant here. The idea that consultants like Sweet Baby Inc. are forcing diversity into games is ridiculous, because 99% of the time, why not round it up to 100 there, Emma?
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
All the devs have already decided they want their game to be inclusive. No, they don't. 99% of the time, they already have what they want in mind. It's just that they're shoved to the corner when a consultancy group comes in and says, listen, folks, put the blueprints away. This is how we're going to do it. We're changing that character from white to black, that person from Indian to Chinese, and so forth. And here's the part that makes me laugh. They just want to help fine-tune the details on how certain stories come across. Hope this helps. And what's really funny as well is that in this thread, locking down comments now because they're getting increasingly toxic. Can we just admire the grace and the beauty of the female right here? Oh my word. I know we're talking about polygons, folks, but this is amazing to behold. Oh, we don't have diversity in video games, folks, yet Capcom, Japan, they enable this, which is great. If you want to play as yourself, or if, like me, you don't want to see yourself represented, but you fancy choosing a character who's different to you, then by all means, you've got the creative freedom right here. And I've got to say, what an absolute delight she looks. Good heavens, she actually just looks like a biological female, folks. But of course, if your name is Corinne Bush from Bioware Games, then perhaps you might not want to rope her into the equation in the conversation, though we should actually, because he's really fun to make fun of. Oh my God, look at this. Modders out there, get a Wonder Woman costume on this female right here. She looks incredible. Well, okay, look, this is fine if you want to play as not somebody so young, they've got this as well, which I think is really cool. Okay, a bit outlandish. This is the best one so far. I like her. Yeah, that hair's working as well. If you're from the 1980s. This is wild. Holy shit. You know, in the second Rage game, they should... What the... Get out. What are these hero wars? Get out of here, man. Yeah. Funny while it lasted. Come on, move on. Yeah, in Rage 2, they should have had more attractive female characters to play as in that game, and they kind of lacked it, didn't they? All right, she's got this shaven head. Look, even though she's got these shaved sides, she's still attractive, isn't she? Look at that. Good grief. You'd definitely buy this bird the drink in a bar, wouldn't you? In the post-apocalyptic world of Monster Hunter. By the way, this video is 38 minutes long. So before this dude actually started to play the online component of Monster Hunter Wilds, he was spending 38 minutes on his character creation, which for me is probably the most fun part you'll get on this, right? This is absolutely insane. I could do this all day long, man. And I've been known to do it as well, with a copious amount of Dunkin' Donuts. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. But the part you really came here for, folks, and be careful how you interpret that phrase, is the outfit changes. Good grief, the woman's got thick thighs. Shock horror. You've chosen a female character, but you can apply a female vocal cord to her. Isn't that amazing?
Impressive, thanks.
Well, it's all right. I'm just pointing at the obvious here, love.
Impressive, thanks.
Oh, let's have a look at the costumes. Come on. Wow, that is a lot of skin, ladies and gentlemen. Something you don't see in a video game these days on a female character design, a belly button. Look at that. That is probably the most well-proportioned preset female I have seen for a long time. Capcom, you might be going down a rocky, slippery slope at the moment in terms of your behind-the-scenes decisions, but honestly, this is nuts. This is like the women I used to ogle in the 1980s and 90s before they became tattooed banshees that we know today. Holy shit. Not so flattering. Keep moving on. Less is more, in my opinion. What they needed here was a tilt mechanic, like in the Mass Effect games, where you can tilt the camera up. Yeah, well, you know what I mean. The Dutch angle, that's what I'm thinking of. This is insane, isn't it? Holy shit. Any more? Wow, that's a pretty rocking outfit, man. Oh, hang on. Whoa. What did I just see there? Yep, that cleavage is looking mighty fine. I was only kidding. Oh, you're happy I said that. Well, I'm glad you are happy, love, because I'm really happy. I think the body type is kind of a preset thing, which is good. Oh, here we go. What have we got here? I mean, it's not as over the top as Mecha Break, which is insane, actually. But, wow, that's a great back. Something about the back of a woman I really do love. You can actually stain the character's teeth, which is pretty cool, actually. That's not a bad mechanic to use. But I can't see anything here about... Look, you got jaw width, which will be pretty funny, actually. But for some reason, even when you get to the maximum... It's not creating a goofy looking effect of a deformed mutant in the apocalyptic wasteland, which would be pretty funny if you could do that. But that's pretty flattering. I like that. Is there a boob slider? Come on, man. There must be. And the thing is, I don't like over-the-top massive jugs in the wasteland. That makes no sense to me. That's just kind of flexing too hard. It should just look very sexy and nice, right? And I think Capcom have nailed it here. It looks really, really good in terms of the actual character design. I love it. Oh, God. I mean, God's creation right here, ladies and gentlemen. The perfect polygon woman for your very eyes to feast on. Just everything I like in a woman. And then in some cases, she opens her mouth and you think, you know what, love? It was very nice meeting you, but now I just want to walk away very slowly. So on that one, folks, did you know about this? I didn't until yesterday. It was pretty funny to actually watch a video covering this. And absolutely, I think Dragon Age the Veilguard are going to get completely obliterated by the coverage that Monster Hunter Wilds is going to unleash from today on to Halloween tomorrow. People are going wild for doing the beta testing. I'm pretty sure amongst that motley crew, you're going to get people who spend probably up to an hour just character creating the most perfect male or female, biologically speaking, that they can before they get let loose in the wilds and slay monsters all over the place. But if I were you folks, and if you were me, and if you were her, looking very sultry and sexy, I'll catch you catching me, catching her for the return of the next video.
Next, we have the body proportions. You have a slider for height, shoulder width, chest size, waist width, hip width, glute size, and bulge size. Now, the bulge will just be shown where the underwear is, and